Tonight is the Yom Ilula, the death anniversary of one of my favorite tzaddikim, one of my favorite rabbi, one of my favorite teacher that shaped my mind and thought of how to think about spirituality, how to think about Kabbalah specifically, and how to really have inspiration to live my life as a spiritual being, and in the same time put some pressure on you to realize that how far we can go and develop ourselves to more and more spiritual being. And for that reason, I'm reading from one of his famous books called Chesed Avraham. And what's beautiful about Rabbi Avraham Azulay, from the famous Azulay family from Morocco, North Africa, that when I'm talking about him, what I feel, I can only tell you what I feel, not from just his writing, that we're dealing with a super knowledgeable man and amazing Kabbalist miracle maker, but still so simple and down to earth. And his story is a long story, but one of my favorite story about him is when the Sultan is losing his sword covered with diamond and emerald into the pit where what we call the entrance to the Garden of Eden. It's exactly where Isaac and Rebecca are buried. No coincidence that he always, his Ilula, the death anniversary, always will be in the time when Yitzhak and Rivka union, which is Parashat Chayei Sarah, always fall on that time, not by coincidence, because exactly there, that's where the miracle took place. The sword fell down, everybody tried to get the sword out, and they die, because when you go there, to the entrance of the Garden of Eden, the vibration, the energy is very, very strong. And the Sultan knew that among the Jewish people, there are some people who are with power. So he was looking among the Jewish community at that time, and during the Sultan time, of course, the Islam was controlling the land of Israel, coming from Turkey, or the Ottoman Empire, I think it's called, right? They found Rabbi Avraham Azulay, to know the famous Kabbalist, and the story goes like this, that he go down and he meet Eliezer, the servant of Avraham, mentioned also in the portion of Chayei Sarah. And he said to him, what are you doing here? This is only the place of the dead. And he said to him, I come to get the sword, and I'm so excited to meet you. You're Eliezer. I want to meet Avraham. He said, you can meet them now, you're alive. And he told him when he's going to die, and at that time, he went and he wrote a lot of wisdom just until he died. And because of that, that's fascinates me, because he knew that he's supposed to leave something for the world. It wasn't just about him. So I'm going to read from his book Chesed Avraham, meaning mercy to Avraham, about, I will choose two subjects. I know the attention spent in this time. There's so many videos that have been offered to you. I'm going to make sure that it's not that long, okay? It's not that long. So I'm going to start with a concept that helps us to understand the true essence of moving from being a victim to be a leader. So this is, I'm reading from it's called the 11 River, and the subject called, how is the child and the image of the child being created? So say, when a person make love to his wife, when two people make love, and she become pregnant, then the Malach Gavriel, the angel Gavriel, שולח אחד משלוחיו ליטול את הטיפה. Then the angel Gavriel send one of his messenger, one of his minister, to check that drop of sperm together with the egg. כל טיפה וטיפה שולח למלאך הראוי לו. And every drop as an angel. בעניין, כי תחת גבריאל יש י' מחנות. There is 10 camp under the angel Gavriel, okay? And the angel that's in charge of the pregnancy, his name is Laila, all right? And then God sending another angel that in charge of souls. So we have pregnancies, Laila, Gavriel is overlooking everything, and then God himself sending one angel additional to take a nefesh, to take a part of the soul, and he has to command, God has to command the soul to go into that drop, because the drop is physical and the soul is not. And he said to the soul, this will be your body. Now, that's the body you're choosing. And then, מצווה גם כן על המלאך הממונה על אוצר הצלמים. Then he take another angel, that's the fourth one. The angel that in charge of image, הוליך שם אותה נפש כדי שיבחר. And he say, that's your soul, that's the drop you're going to choose. Now choose an image, how you want to look like, what do you want to be like, and you should choose whatever image you want to look like. שיבחר לו צלם ברצונו. And he tell him, choose whatever you want. The angels go with him and said, choose. It's almost like a menu. You want to be aroch, you want to be tall, or katzar, you want to be short. Shalem or balmum. You want to have blemish in your body, you're missing arm, missing finger, or something wrong with your body, or complete body. Chalash or gibor. You want to be weak, or you want to be brave and strong. Yafe or mechoar. Beautiful, or totally ugly. So basically, we choose what body we're going to get into. Okay? I mean, that for me, when I read it, that's for me, it's fascinating enough. Like I would stop here. Can you imagine that body you look in the mirror? You got to love it because you choose that. You choose that body to the details. You choose that body. So when you look at yourself, you got to love yourself. That's the first thing you got to love is the image of how you look like, the body. When you look in the mirror, fall in love with that person. You choose that. ואומר לו דע כי בעולם שאתה הולך הוא נקרא חיי שעה. And after he chooses everything, then he's been told that you're going to be delivered to the physical universe, and the physical universe is only good for 1 hour. And after the resurrection of the dead took place, meaning after the 6,000 years to the time of creation coming from Genesis, it will be the time of immortality. We call it חיי עולם, that will be live forever. כל מי שהוא ארוך מבני דורו, הוא עתיד להיות יותר קצר בשאר בני אדם אחר התחייה. כן, בעני ועשיר, חלש וגיבור, יפה מוכרח וכל יוצא בזה, והבחירה הנתונה בידו. So, it's like that. Whoever is, if I understand that correctly, whoever is tall in this time, when the immortality time will come, he will be shorter. Whoever is poor will be rich, weak will be strong, beautiful and ugly. The whole choice is in your head. Some people choose they will be better now, and then later they will be like not so good. choose בן ארוך. ויש מי שאין בדעתו לבחור רק בבינוני, שבמוקדם הוא שמוכרח, ולפי זה אין שום אדם יכול להתרעם על שם יתברך. So some people choose now to be ugly, and after תחיית המתים, after immortality, they will be beautiful. Or now they will be poor, but after תחיית המתים, they will be rich. למה? למה חברו יפה? So nobody can really complain about your life, because you make a deal. Because the soul and the body know what's going to happen after תחיית המתים. So if, for example, there is area about your life that you're not crazy about, that area about your life will be actually perfect after תחיית המתים. I think that's fascinating, no? למה חברו יפה ובעונה וברוכה. So you cannot get even jealous, say Rabbi Avraham Azulay, because what are you jealous about? You choose to be ugly and poor. So you can be beautiful and rich after תחיית המתים. And the same thing happened with the animal? Asked Rabbi Avraham say yes. Same thing happened with animal. He take the minister that is in charge of beast and animal, and he asking them, do you want to be servant under human being? You want to be like a donkey or horse that people ride you? And they say yes. So the animal agreed to that condition. So he take the minister of the kosher animal and the minister of not kosher animal, and he start helping them how to manifest what they wanted to be. And וכשמורידים הנפש מן האור העליון, so how do you come from the upper endless light into this physical world? They don't go fast. The first, from האור העליון לעולם השפל החושך במדרגה אחר מדרגה. It goes step by step until it arrives to this world, כדי שתוכל לסבול תחילה, כדי שתוכל לסבול, because the suffering that the person born to this physical dark universe compared to the perfect universe where he came from, or she came from, it's tough. So תחילה מטיילים אותו בגנות ופרדסים. So first they're taking him out of the light, and he go to garden and orchard, that below that light. ואחר כך בשדות ובקרמים, then different field and vinery you say? ואחר כך מכניסים אותם לעיר. Then they let the spirit, the soul, to come to the city, משם למבואות, then to some villages and street, ואחר כך לחצר, then to the backyard, ואחר כך לבית, then to the house where they're supposed to be conceived, ומשם מכניסים אותם במעי אישה, and then they enter them into the belly of a woman. How they get in? בנקבי חותמה, through her nose, דהיינו הזכר נכנס בנקבה הימנית, the male go into the right nostril, and the woman, the female going from the left nostril. It's interesting, no? מפני שאין ברצונה לרדת לא רגילה בכך, לכן מורידים אותה בעל כוחה לטובתה, זה לא זכרונה לברכה. So, usually women don't want to come down. The woman refuses, say, why am I doing here? There's no point for me to come down. This is the man's job. It's not my job. שאין ברצונה לרדת, she said, I don't want to go. כי לא רגילה בכך. She said, I'm not used to it. לכן מורידים אותה, they forcing her to come down, because they need to do the job that they have to do for others. So everything, when you see a part of your life that you're not happy about, you must believe that you chose those parts as a part of your existence. אין חלש או גיבור או עשיר או עני או ארוך קצר יפה או מכוער, בזוי או נכבד. If you feel humiliated or you feel respected, if you feel all of it, you choose. חריף או תם, if you're sharp or you're not. אמנם זכר או נקבה, חכם או טיפש, זה לא בחירתה, עניין זכר או נקבה דבר הכרחי. But male and female is a little different. כי נפש הזכר אי אפשר להתלבש בגוף ההוא של נקבה, כן, בהפך. We cannot dress female soul with male body, normally we can. כי נפש הזכר אי אפשר להתלבש בגוף ההוא של נקבה. וכן העניין בטיפש או חכם, כי אין שום אדם מואס בחוכמה, בוחר בטיפשות. And a spirit of a wise man, a wise woman cannot be dressed with a nefesh, meaning nefesh is like the clothing of stupid, because nobody choose stupidity. כי מישהו חכם בעולם הזה, ודאי שלא יתהפך אחר התחילת, להיות טיפש. Whoever is wise in this world will not be dumb in תחיית המתים. He will continue to be smart. כאשר דרשו על הפסוק אומר, וגם הוא ירווה כל הזוכה להיות מורה, whoever is teacher here, especially teacher of spirituality, will be teacher also after death. But why sometimes person born dumb or smart? So it's written because it has to do with his parents. שאם יהיה הוויות הטיפה על ידי אכילה גסה, בתחילת הלילה קודם מכולה אכילה, להתלבש בנפש חמה. If the parents are eating very heavily, a lot of food, like greasy food, then the soul that's coming into the, that's a lot of information. I don't know if people can handle it. You think it's important?
Yeah, it's important.
Wow. That means that the soul that will come to the body will not be wise. Wow. ודע כי אחר היות הייחוד של איש ואישה אחר חצות, but if the parents are making love after midnight, ומאכילה דקה, and they don't eat a lot, אז יתלבש בנפש חכמה. Then the soul that come down to that parents will be a soul of a wise person. ואחר שבחנה הנפש הצלם כרצונה, and after the soul choose the right body, the right shape, מתלבשת בתוכו ויורדת לעולם השפל, ושמעלה את אותו הצלם, נכנסת ערומה במעי האישה. So what the soul does, after she choose the image and everything, she undresses itself from the image, and she go into the womb of the mother, undress. ויושב אותו הצלם עולה ועומד על ראש המעוברת, and the image is sitting on top of the head of the pregnant woman, עד שתלד, until she give birth. ואחר כך עומד על ראש הילד. And the same image, after she give birth, jump from her head to the child head. וזה סוד בבואה דבבואה, במסכת גיטין, שיש אל אדם, צל סביב כל הגוף. כשאר אדם מזווק את אשתו, יכול להיות שאתם לטובה, שמצווה, אז יצא לצדיק גמור. Now, if the parents are thinking only about sharing while they make love, then the child also become righteous. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, like the Ari said. Now, another section that I thought can be important for us is Na'er Shlemut. How do we come to a perfection of spirituality? What do we need to do? So Rabbi Avraham Azulay writes like this. דע, כי כל המעלות כולם לא יקנו לאדם כי על ידי גימל עניינים. If you want to change, if you want to get better person, it's depends on three things. כאשר יהיו כל הגימל כולם יחד, אזי יהיה הטוב הגמור. If you do those three things, you absolutely finish your תיקון and doing perfect. Many people tell me, how do I do my תיקון? How do I do תיקון? This section will tell you what to do. כאשר יהיה בית או אחד לבד, אז הוא תיקון אבל לא תיקון גמור. If you do only one or two of those things, it will not help you. ואלו הן, and those are the three things. ירושת אבותיו הזרעה והולדה אשר היה כוונתה לטובה ולשם שמיים, וזה מה שקוראים לשמה טובה. If his parents draw a high level of soul to that child, this is by itself can help the person a lot. That's the first part. אמנם זה בלבד לא יועיל, אם לא שיעשה גם הוא בעצמו מעשים טובים. Even if the person has a great soul because his parents did a perfect job, it will not help until the person start doing good action. Good action, וקוראים להמשיך עליו אותנו שמע קדושה שקידשו אבותיו. So if your parents did perfect job while they did the sexual relationship between them and they give birth to a child, and you are doing good action, mitzvot and different things, tzedakah, all this and that, then of course you've been activated the soul that was given to you in the time of birth. ואם הוא עצמו לא יעשה, but if you don't do good action and good doing, אז הוא גורם רעה לעצמו, then you're damaging yourself. כי פגם הירושה טובה שיורשו, because you're damaging the soul, the great soul that was given to you. So that's the second. The third, הוא אחר עומדו על הטובה, באותו מידה להשתלם בה, ולקם אצלו הנשמה טובה. So when a person starts working on becoming better and better, שיורשו אבותיו לא לעבדה, and he's working on making sure to bring to full fruition his or her soul, אינו צריך להחזיקה במוסר החזק, ושכל העניינים הם בנקל לעבדם. Now, what you need to do, that's the third thing, is to watch himself. Make sure you watch yourself, make sure you're good with yourself, make sure you are doing everything that you need to be doing for the sake that you don't lose what already you have. והראיה מרבם ואלישע. Where do we learn it from? ירבעם בן נבט ואלישע אחר. There is two famous people in the history. Yerovam was one of the king of the Israelite, and he did a lot of damage. Even his soul was great. He had one of the highest soul ever came to this world, but he damaged it. He couldn't keep the third part. He couldn't have guard over the third part. Ve'elisha acher. Elisha, I don't know if you know who it is, Rabbi Elisha ben Avuya, is the rabbi of Rabbi Meir Balanes, who in the end of his life lost all spirituality, unfortunately. And he also lost it. אשר היה להם התחילה נשמות קדושות. They have holy soul. ונעבדו בהם כנודע. But those soul didn't stay because they didn't do the third part, which is guard your soul. ואם ירגיל אדם בשני עניינים אלו בלבד, if a person just do two things, רוצה לומר שהוא בעצמו עושה הטוב, וגם להמשיך עליו למעלה, שמקדיש והוא מחזיק את המצאת באופן שלא יאבד על הנשמה. So there is two things you need to work on if you want to do your tikkun. One, do good things non-stop, and then watch yourself that your soul would not be gone for doing something negative. אז יהיה לו בחינת הטוב בכלל. Then he can activate all the good of his soul, אף על פי שלא היה לו בחינה זו. Even if he didn't born to a perfect parents. So don't worry about your parents if they did good job or bad job. Just be busy doing good thing, and be busy watch yourself that the good thing you're doing will not stop happening, and you don't add negativity into your behavior. רוצה לומר ירושה מאבותיו, רק שיהיה לו בתורך גדול כמו שהיה לרבי עקיבא. Where do we learn it from? Rabbi Akiva ben Yosef. His parents didn't have exactly the kavanot. I don't know if you know, because they didn't know kavanot. His parents converted to Judaism late in their life, and for that reason, לא היה לו זכות אבות. He didn't have a merit of his parents that will be super spiritually. ומכל מקום זכה למעלת נשמה קדושה, even though he received the highest soul a human being ever can receive, more than Moses, because he was busy doing good and prevent himself from doing negativity. נפלאה מצד מעשיו ושמירתו, לבד וכן כמה אחרים. And what do we learn from this, my friend? And that's why I want to share it from Rabbi Azulay, that in the end of the day, it's all up to us. It's a bad news and good news. You can't blame anybody anymore. It's like the way you look, you choose that. The way it is, then about your tikkun, you gotta do good things. You want to know what the tikkun to do good things. Go there is 613 mitzvot. Just do something. Do. I mean, the easiest thing to do is study, like you study with me right now. Give charity, which is very easy to do. You know, be generous, be volunteers, whatever that you can do to do more good thing. And then when you have opportunity to speak bad about another human being, try to prevent yourself from doing it. Thank you. Happy holiday. Chag Sameach.